Tired of the negativity? Looking for a shot of optimism? Well, I have an inspiring story to make you smile right after this. This episode of Misfits and Crackpots is brought to you by the Well-Crafted Story Workshop. Struggling to connect with your audience and attract new clients? Transform your speaking skills at the Well-Crafted Story Workshop with Coach Jimmy Hayes Nelson and yours truly, Dr. Danny Brissell. In just 2 days, master the art of crafting compelling speeches that convert listeners into clients. Whether in-person or virtual, you'll get personalized attention in an intimate group, learning not just from expert coaches, but from fellow entrepreneurs. Don't let another opportunity slip away. Get your free story blueprint today at wellcraftedstoryworkshop.com and turn your story into your most powerful business tool. Your success starts here. Visit wellcraftedstoryworkshop.com now. You're just a well-crafted story away from 7 figures. Hello there, my friend, and welcome to Misfits and Crackpots, short, inspiring stories for busy people. I'm Dr. Danny Brissell. This is a podcast for those interested in extraordinary stories about ordinary people and companies. Consider it your dose of positivity and inspiration for the week. A Yiddish proverb states that everyone is kneaded out of the same dough, but not baked in the same oven. This week's success strategy: think differently. It has been said that necessity is the mother of invention. That may be so, but necessity also plays a significant role in innovation. See, inventors create something out of nothing, while innovators take something that already exists and make it better. William Addis and William Potts are each a case in point. The two men shared the same first name, but were separated by different time periods, continents, and ends of the law. Addis was a convict. Potts was a cop. Yet each identified a problem, fiddled with existing technology, and created innovations that are still in use to this day. In fact, their innovations significantly contribute to our daily lives. Born in 1734, Englishman William Addis spent his early days as a rag maker. To satisfy his innovative side, he collected rags and repurposed them into supplies he could sell easier. But it was his stint in confinement that led to his greatest entrepreneurial venture. For his role in inciting a riot in the late 18th century, William Addis earned imprisonment at Newgate Prison. It was there, while incarcerated, that he pondered ways to make a living upon his release. One morning, after washing his face, he cleaned his teeth the way people did in the day. He took a rag, dipped it in soot or salt, and rubbed the rag against them. The tooth-cleaning custom wasn't new. The miswak was a teeth-cleaning twig reputed to have been used over 7,000 years ago in North Africa, the Arabian Peninsula, and Indian subcontinent. Some of the early teeth-cleaning techniques in ancient Chinese and Egyptian cultures, including chewing on bark or sticks with frayed ends. And it is said that in the 4th century BC, Aristotle advised Alexander the Great to rub a rag on his teeth. A practice continued for nearly 2 millennia. William Addis was a clean freak, and he found rubbing his teeth with soot and rags was inefficient and annoying. Frustration prompted him to consider better ways to clean his teeth. Some say that after observing a broom sweeping, Addis became convinced of a more efficient way of cleaning teeth. One popular story states that Addis saved a small bone from a meal, bored tiny holes in it, and wedged hard bristles into the holes. While history may be blurry on the inspiration, it is believed that Addis designed the modern toothbrush in 1780. Upon his release from prison, he started a business that would mass-produce his new contraption. His success was instantaneous, and he would die a wealthy man. Like Addis, William Potts saw a problem with an existing invention. Born in Bad Axe, Michigan in 1883, Potts became a police officer in Detroit by the turn of the century. It makes sense that the birthplace of Henry Ford's automobile mass production would become a breeding ground for other auto-related innovations, like traffic signals. Traffic signals existed even before the invention of the automobile. By 1868, horse-drawn carriages and pedestrians created traffic jams, leading to the world's first traffic signal installed at the intersection of Great George Street and Bridge Street in London. Adapted by British railway manager John Peake Knight from a railroad signaling method, the device would signal stop and go during the day, and at night, a police officer would control gas lamps to illuminate red and green lights. But just a month after the signal was installed, a police officer operating it was severely injured when a gas main leak caused one of the lights to explode in his face. The accident led to a decline in the popularity of traffic signals for about 4 decades. However, as more automobiles hit the road in the early 1900s, traffic signals began to grow in popularity again. Australian officials tested a clock-style traffic light with a rotating arm that switched between stop and go. Other municipalities used signals that worked like those found at drag strips, counting down the time remaining before the light changed. And in New York City, architects anxiously vied to craft elaborate traffic towers made of fine materials. During this time, several patents were filed for new traffic signal designs, each with its own innovative twist on the basic idea. Ernest Serene debuted his automatically controlled traffic signal in Chicago in 1910. His design featured 2 rotating display arms that crossed each other. One arm said stop, and the other said proceed. In 1912, Salt Lake City police officer Lester Farnsworth Wire invented the first electric traffic light. It resembled a 4-sided birdhouse mounted on a tall pole with red and green lights. Meanwhile, James Hodge usually receives official credit for the first electric traffic signal, as he received a patent for his system in 1918. The city of Cleveland installed his system in 1914. Hodge's system employed a single post at each corner of an intersection with illuminated words that alternated between stop and move. And William Giulieri patented the first automatic traffic signal that used red and green lights in 1917. In the end, though, simplicity prevailed. By 1920, William Potts had become the superintendent of the city of Detroit's Signal Person Police. The old system of police officers directing traffic was becoming outdated, and Potts was tasked with finding a better way to control traffic. While there were already 2-color traffic signals with red and green lights in use, Potts developed a 3-color traffic light, rigged with parts of railroad lights and some wires and switches. By adding a yellow or amber light, Potts had created a way to caution drivers that the signal was about to change. His invention soon began replacing policemen directing traffic at the corner of Woodward and Michigan Avenues. The new traffic light could control traffic from all 4 directions and proved highly effective. Within a year of its installation, Detroit had more than a dozen traffic lights in operation. Sadly, Potts held no patent on his device. He retired from the police force in 1939 and died in obscurity. Today, he is credited with inventing the modern 3-lens traffic light that is still in use around the world today. William Addis and William Potts are 2 men who shared the same first name. They were separated by different time periods, continents, and ends of the law. While most fail to know their names, their simple contributions still affect us all on a daily basis. See, friend, inspiration is all around us. You just have to look for it. Thanks for listening. Join me next week for another inspiring story about misfits and crackpots. Misfits and Crackpots is a production of Success Media, produced by Terrence Wishner. Sound effects by Alessandro Lucati, courtesy of Pixabay. Thank you for tuning in. If you love today's story, there's so much more to explore in the book Misfits and Crackpots by yours truly, Dr. Danny Brissell. Grab your copy now on Amazon and dive deeper into the extraordinary lives of those who dared to change the world. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share the podcast with fellow misfits who love inspiring stories. See you next time.